What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Bulls Report. My name is Patrick Siepman. We're going to be breaking down the Bulls Raptors preseason game number 4 for our Chicago Bulls. They did end up, unfortunately, losing 106-102, but one guy specifically really impressed me in this game, and he's going to kind of headline today's post-game show that you guys are seeing on Wednesday morning. That guy is Coby White. I think Coby White is the key for the Chicago Bulls this season. I think he's played great so far during the preseason, and overall, we talked about it all offseason. Who's going to be the Lonzo Ball replacement? I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I think it might be Coby White. Coby White against the Raptors today. He did only, listen, the stat sheet's not going to blow you away, but he had a very good game. He had 11 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 of 8 from the field, and 1 of 2 from downtown. But I think the Bulls, the thing I love with Coby White and him taking that next step in his game is we've talked about it. We said, what does Coby White need to improve on? He needs to become more consistent. And we've seen it throughout every preseason game so far. I'm going to pull up his stats right now on my phone of just Coby White so far during the preseason. He has been consistent. I mean, he had 20 points last game in Denver against the Denver Nuggets. And so far in the preseason, the first game against Milwaukee, he had 14, 6, and 6 on 6 of 10. The second game against the Nuggets, he had 8 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists on 4 of 7 from the deck. And then against Denver, when LaVine and DeRozan did not play, he had 20 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. And then obviously tonight, I thought he looked very, very good. 11 points, a couple of rebounds, and 4 assists for the man out of North Carolina. But overall with Coby, it's going to be more podcasts, just chopping it up type of video for you guys. I do think the biggest key with Coby White, obviously heading into this upcoming season, I think it's going to be him just being more consistent. Can he be that true point guard? But I love the way he's been playing. He's been also using his body a lot more in comparison to last season. I mean, we've seen it a couple times tonight. You get a dude off him, get him a little bump, gets to the rim, and he's looked great getting downhill. And funny enough, this offseason, Coby White was working out with DeMar DeRozan's trainer, Handle for Life, or Dribble Too Much. And I'll tell you what, Coby White's been dribbling a lot this offseason. I thought his handle has looked a lot better in comparison to the past couple of years. But, man, this is a dude who's in year 4. And I'm not saying, this is, all I need to see is just a couple of preseason games. But I'll tell you what, Coby White has had a tremendous start to the Bulls preseason right now. And if he could get that going, more in the second half or more in the regular season, I think that he could be a huge piece to the Bulls, potentially proving a lot of people wrong this year. I think he's going to be a key contributor to this team. And, hey, listen, Coby White balled out today against the Toronto Raptors, balling out all preseason. And the number one thing, consistency. We have seen that with the next level for Coby White. We've seen him run a lot of pick and roll with Nikola Vucevic as well, and I love to see that again. So Coby White, I think he is the key for the Bulls this season. He's been absolutely going off, and I think we could be seeing I think we can maybe see a little breakout year for our man Coby White after he's been working out with DeMar this offseason, really improving the handle a little bit. So this man right here, and it could also be the hair. Maybe it's the hair for Coby White that could get him going again. Listen, I like him going back to his high school in North Carolina days. He had a funny tweet or a funny quote at Bulls Media Day. He said, "I feel like high school Coby," and that dude is a 5-star prospect that went to North Carolina. So I like him being aggressive, and we've been talking about it. Coby White, Patrick Williams. Who's going to take that next step? Right now, I got to throw my money on Coby White. We will get into more kind of news and notes and takeaways from the Bulls Raptors game. Talk about Patrick Williams here in just a second. Let's show some love to Big Bucket Coby down in the chat right now. I need everybody in the comment section who's watching today's video, type those zeros. Show the man some love out of North Carolina. Could this finally be the year where he is kind of taking that next step? I'm not sure yet, but it's definitely looking like it so far throughout the preseason. I do want to show some love to a couple role players before I tell you guys about prize picks here in a second. Torrey Craig. He had an unreal block in this game against the Toronto Raptors. Completely met, I think it was Gary Trent at the rim. He went up for a right-handed dunk, glassed him right there. So shout out to Torrey Craig. He's impressed me so far in his limited run in the Bulls preseason. But then also this guy, Javon Carter. stat sheet, not going to blow you away. 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. But it was the intensity he brought on the defensive side of the floor, getting his hands in passing lanes, getting deflections, just being an overall menace. That's what you want out of your backup guard, I think. It's going to be interesting to see. The Bulls got a lot of guards in that backcourt with Ayo, Coby White, Alex Caruso, and, I don't know. It's just a lot of mouths to feed and a lot of minutes to go around here. So, listen, just in a second, coming up around the corner, I am going to be diving into just Patrick Williams, because I think we do need to talk about it. Also show some LaVine and Nikola Vucevic love. But I first want to give you guys a huge shout out to Prize Picks, the sponsor on today's video for the Bulls Report. If you guys head to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use the code CLNS, you will get a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy. It's simple. This is all you need to do. All you do is just pick 2+ players, choose more or less on their projected stat totals, and you guys will get hooked up with Prize Picks today. They already have season-long stat projections for 3 of the main players on the Chicago Bulls. They got Zach LaVine at 25.1. I'm going to take more on that for his points per game than DeMar DeRozan. I think I'm going to go less than 23.8 points per game. I think we're going to see other guys such as maybe Coby White show out a little more. So I'm going to take less on him. Then I'm going to also ride with Vooch. He's a great rebounder. He had 10 boards tonight. I'm going to go more on his 10.9 rebounds per game for the whole season. You guys can either ride my picks or you guys can fade my picks. Make sure you guys do it at prizepicks.com/CLNS and use the code CLNS and get that first deposit match up to $100. Speaking of Vooch, though, I do want to show him some extra love. I know Bulls fans were extremely critical of Nikola Vucevic throughout the offseason. He hasn't really lived up to, that hype that we got him from the Orlando Magic. But I think Vooch played his ass off today. He had 20 and 10, looked very controlled in his mannerisms and his moves on the court. Too many times last year, like Vooch would get the ball in that kind of push shot area, from the free throw line down. He kind of looked a little panicked. But today, against a pretty good Raptors defense, I think Vooch absolutely showed out. So, listen, the thing is with Vooch, and I do want to get to this point, to kind of connect them, he's got this dude behind him. Andre Drummond. I think what Drummond has done so far in the preseason, it's shown me that he is a great role player, and he still gets it done. Probably the most efficient rebounder in the NBA. I mean, he had 13 rebounds today, played less than 20 minutes. And a points or a rebounds per minute basis, he is the best in the league. Obviously, you got to go like, Mitchell Robinson, another great offensive rebounder in the league. But, man, Drummond's looked great. I mean, 8 points, 13 rebounds. So shout out to Drum. Thought he looked very, very good. But it's going to come down to either Drum or Vooch in that closing lineup. Right now, I don't know who I'm going with. I'm going to have to wait and see who I'm going with. But I don't know, man. I think Drum could actually kind of – I don't know. I think Drum could compete with Vooch to get those final minutes in that final closing lineup. But speaking about a closing lineup, I want to ask you guys, if it's Vooch or Andre Drummond, what is your closing lineup for the Chicago Bulls? I think right now the way I'm calling it, it's going to be Coby White, LaVine, DeRozan, Patrick Williams. I think I'm still going to ride Vooch, but we're going to have to wait and see. Let me know who your closing lineup is for this Bulls team down in the comments section. I do want to end today's show talking about this man, number 8, Zach LaVine, the former 6-man at UCLA. Still crazy about that he was a 6-man at UCLA his freshman season over there. But the man we traded Jimmy Butler for, he's impressed me once again. Zach LaVine, he looked great today. Definition of a 3-level scorer in the NBA. Can get it done from all 3 phases. And he impressed me. I think the number one takeaway I've had for LaVine so far during the preseason is he looks a lot more in control. He looks a lot more, I felt like LaVine the past couple of years, he was almost doing too much. Sometimes when you have a complete arsenal and complete bag of moves, you'll sometimes try to play with a defender a little too much. LaVine today, it was make one move, get to the rim, get downhill, and if he was presented a wide-open 3, he did take it. So I'm a big fan of the way LaVine's been playing so far, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are as well. So I want to give a shout-out to number 8, give a shout-out to Vooch, give a shout-out to Coby White, because Coby White has been absolutely going off for the Bulls this season. I think he's going to be a big reason why the Bulls do end up winning a good amount of games this year. So shout out to Coby White. Really love what he's been doing for the red and white. But guys, we're going to be live for almost every game here on the channel. So I do want to make sure you guys are subscribed. Get hooked up with us right now. Lock us in. Hit that sub button right down below. Free, easy way to help us out. hey, if you also watch this entire video, clearly you like what we're doing. So lock us in, hit that sub button. But anyways, see you guys next time. As always, go Bulls. All right. I want to thank everybody who's tuned in to our live show today, but I am going to sign off here. We'll see you guys next time. As always, go Bulls.